Listen closely, because what you're about to hear isn't just a story. It's a warning, a miracle, and maybe, just maybe, the message you were meant to hear today. Isaiah Clarke was once the kind of man everyone trusted. He had a good job, a fiancée everyone adored, and plans for a future full of life. He was steady, responsible, warm. But the world doesn't care who you are when it decides to break you. It started the night of the accident. Isaiah and his fiancée, Lila, were driving home from her birthday dinner. She was laughing at something he said, a laugh he'd replay in his head 1,000 times after she was gone. Rain slapped against the windshield. The road shimmered like broken glass. Isaiah blinked. Just 1 second. Just one. A truck skidded across the yellow line. There was no time to scream, no time to swerve. Metal exploded, glass rained through the air, and the world went silent. Isaiah woke up to flashing lights and Lila's hand slipping away from him as the paramedics tried to keep her alive. He whispered, "Stay with me. Please, stay." But she didn't, and in that moment, Isaiah's heart cracked so violently that something inside him died too. People grieve in different ways. Some cry until they can't breathe. Some talk to anyone who'll listen. Isaiah did neither. He simply shut down. He quit his job, stopped returning calls, stopped eating, stopped living. His apartment became a tomb of memories. Her sweater on the chair, her hair clip on the bathroom counter, her voice still echoing in the spaces she used to fill. Nights were the worst. Isaiah would lie awake, staring at the ceiling, feeling the crushing weight on his chest. Sometimes he hoped he wouldn't wake up. Sometimes he prayed for it. He wasn't angry at God. He simply believed God had forgotten him. And eventually, Isaiah forgot himself. One night, after nearly a year of drowning in silence, Isaiah climbed the stairs of an abandoned building. The city lights stretched below him, cold, distant, uncaring. He stood at the edge. The wind pushed against his back as if inviting him forward. He whispered, "I can't do this anymore. I'm so tired." Then he closed his eyes and leaned, just enough to let gravity decide. And that's when he heard it, a voice, soft, calm, right behind him. "Isaiah." His eyes snapped open. He turned. No one was there, just shadows and the distant hum of traffic. He stepped back from the ledge, heart pounding. Then the voice spoke again, this time closer, this time slower. Not like this. Isaiah fell to his knees. Tears he had held back for a year came pouring out. He screamed into the night, "Why didn't you save her?" The wind howled, but the voice, steady and gentle one, replied, "I did. I brought her home." Isaiah sobbed, shaking so hard he could barely catch his breath. He whispered, "Then why leave me here?" Silence. Then, because you still have a story to finish. Isaiah stumbled down the stairs, barely able to breathe, feeling like something divine, terrifying, and beautiful just brushed past his soul. Outside the building, a man sat on the curb, shabby coat, worn shoes, a face weathered by years on the streets. He looked up at Isaiah as though he'd been expecting him. "Rough night?" the man asked. Isaiah couldn't speak. His throat burned from crying. The man patted the spot beside him. "Sit." Isaiah sat. For the first time in a year, he felt a strange safety just being near someone. The man spoke quietly. "You're carrying something so heavy I can hear it without you saying a word." Isaiah swallowed. How would you know?" The man smiled sadly. "Because I used to carry the same thing. Thought I'd never see morning again." Isaiah looked at him. "Why are you here?" The stranger answered, "To remind you that God doesn't abandon people. People abandon themselves, and then God sends someone to find them. Isaiah froze. His heart hammered in his chest. The stranger placed a gentle hand on Isaiah's shoulder. "You're not alone. Not tonight. Not ever." Isaiah blinked, and the stranger was gone. Completely gone. As if he had never been there. On the ground where the stranger had been sitting lay a small item. Isaiah's breath caught in his throat. It was Lila's necklace, the one she was wearing the night she died, the one that had never been recovered. He picked it up with trembling hands. The metal was warm, too warm, and Isaiah knew. That man wasn't a man. That voice wasn't a hallucination. And that moment wasn't an accident. God hadn't forgotten him. God had come looking for him. Isaiah didn't heal overnight. Miracles don't erase pain. They help you survive it. He went to counseling. He sought help. He learned to forgive himself. He learned to speak again, to breathe again, to live again. And every night, he held Lila's necklace and whispered, "Thank you for coming back for me." Because she had. Through the voice, through the stranger, through the miracle no one else would ever believe. If you're listening to this, maybe this story found you for a reason. Maybe you're tired. Maybe life feels too heavy. Maybe you feel forgotten. Listen closely. You are not alone. God sees the pain no one else sees, and He has already sent help. You're just closer to it than you think. Your story isn't done. Not tonight. Not tomorrow. Not yet. Hold on. God is not finished with you.